Cops are supposed to follow the rules, right? But what happens when they are unmasked, misusing their powers? In this video, we're going to show you what happens when cops unmask the dark secrets of their own. The first case in today's video is a pretty common theme that plagues the United States police force today. Cops being accused of racial attacks on civilians and colleagues has become a pretty common theme. Over the past couple of years, we've seen some brutal crimes committed by law enforcement, often resulting in death and widespread criticism. This case is yet another example that is quite unheard of. Officer Joe Gutierrez of the Windsor Police Department in Virginia held a Black and Latino Army lieutenant at gunpoint in the middle of the street.
Traffic stop at BP.
Yeah, breaking her.
Falling back.
The officer ordered the lieutenant to stop the car and place his hands outside the window. The confused lieutenant had no idea what was going on, but calmly followed the instructions. It turns out that the lieutenant was stopped because he didn't have a rear license plate on his new SUV. He, however, had a temporary license plate on his window, which is completely legal.
Stop.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
He is told repeatedly to get out of the car. Lieutenant Caron Nazario couldn't believe what was going on.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out!
going on? Get out the car!
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For
for.
traffic.
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Things only got worse for Nazario from here. You won't believe what happened next. After being humiliated by Officer Gutierrez, the lieutenant was pepper sprayed.
This is
Now.
not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. You up here?
Get out of the car.
He gets out wincing in pain and is immediately pushed to the ground.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your
I'm
seatbelt
gonna-
off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
The police officer later said that it was a high-risk stop because he thought the SUV driver was eluding police. Nazario said he was only driving to a well-lit area. He would file a lawsuit against the Windsor Police Department. Tom Roberts, who was the Army officer's lawyer, later released a public statement defending Nazario, saying he did nothing wrong.
Lieutenant Nazario obeyed one command: keep your hands outside of the window. He tried to de-escalate. He tried to find out what was going on.
The brutal attack on the Army officer gained widespread attention, and the officer who fired off the pepper spray was suspended. Retired LAPD Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey analyzed the body cam footage and shared her opinion. She claimed that Nazario was only doing the most logical thing, getting into a well-lit area before the interrogation with the cops.
It just makes sense, man, woman, or child, to put yourself in a well-lit area so that officers can see you, you can see the officers.
She also didn't feel the cops did something wrong and believed that they were only doing their job.
I encourage you not to ask any questions of a police officer given the times that we live in. You'll find out why you were stopped, hopefully at some point during that detention, but just listen to the officer's directives and obey them as best you can.
In a statement, Windsor officials said an internal investigation opened at the time into the use of force determined that department policy wasn't followed. Officials added that department-wide requirements for additional training were also implemented. The town of Windsor prides itself in its small-town charm and the community-wide respect of its police department, the statement said. Due to this, we are saddened for events like this to cast our community in a negative light. Rather than deflect criticism, we have addressed these matters with our personnel administratively. We are reaching out to community stakeholders to engage in dialogue and commit ourselves to additional discussions in the future. Up next is a corrupt cop who ended up getting caught on camera for making illegal arrests and threatening the innocent. In May 2022 in New Haven, Connecticut, Trooper Matthew Spina conducted a traffic stop along I-95. While at first this seems like a normal stop, the situation soon ends up taking a turn for the worse.
Hey, could I just ask you why you're riding their butt like that and speeding, man?
I'm running his license plate.
At first, everything seems normal with the officer staying calm and interrogating the driver. However, the driver snaps at our officer, and it looks like that might have triggered Officer Spina.
Everybody else is speeding. Why are you speeding?
I was only going 60.
Speed limit's 40.
50.
The signs.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Do
All
yourself
right.
a favor. Oh, give me the toe.
No, I have a...
Yeah,
I have
no
a medical
shit.
marijuana card.
Step out.
I have a card.
Step out.
All right, stop, man.
This officer might need a refresher on how to communicate. After a while, Officer Spijonier goes wild and is almost on the verge of violence.
He decides to pass me and me off.
All right, Speedy, I'm sorry.
All right?
It's shocking to watch the manner in which the officer snapped at the driver. How can someone who has taken an oath to serve and protect others act in such a hostile manner? However, things only get worse from here for the poor driver.
Worry about what I'm doing.
You're right.
I know I'm right, goddammit. Get the fuck down.
The officer then tries a new approach to intimidate the driver.
In the original dispensary container. Then you're how's that sound? Mind your own business next time. Yeah, it's called shut the fuck up. I was driving along, I was gonna head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You gotta be, where do you work? Where?
It's called American Pulp.
What's that?
It's
Paper?
yeah, you know, like the liquor bottles and stuff that the shit comes in, like the train. I promise you, I only have weed in the car. Honest to goodness. And it's all right here in my glove box right here.
You ever heard of what a heat seeker is?
No.
A heat seeker is something that draws attention to itself. Heat-seeking missiles, they go for the heat. Sit the down. Did I tell you them all?
By now, it's clear that the victim has done nothing wrong and was detained without any reason. That doesn't stop him from harassing the innocent driver.
No shit! Turn around! Everything across you make You think I'm kidding? You think I'm fucking kidding? Look at me! Do I look like I'm happy with you right now? Shut your fucking mouth, mind your own business, and be on your way. Don't you ever fuck with me again!
The cops' disregard for humanity, laws, and rules is absolutely disgusting. It makes you question, are these the people who are meant to protect us? It's unfortunate, but eye-opening to watch this official get caught red-handed on camera. But what are your thoughts on both these cases? Do you think the officer in the second case needs to be suspended for his actions? Don't forget to let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.